Hello and greetings from Percentilers. My name is Mayank and you are watching the 25th video of the 100 LRDI challenge for CAT 2020. I have named the set as ODI and you will know why. Just see this table. This shows the scorecard of Australian cricket team during a recently held one day international. ODI stands for one day international, and then also see these points. Guys, I would also like to formally inform you that if you wish to receive these sets in PDF format to make a collection and to try them before you see the video, then you can join our WhatsApp group, the link of which is mentioned in the bio of the video. So let us see first things first. Gilchrist hit the maximum number of sixes. Okay, we know the total number of sixes is 10 and everybody hits at least one six. This point F and point E we have taken care of. So except Simons, because he hits 0 6s, everybody hits at least 1 6. So till now we have a count of 5 6s, 3 by Clark, 1 by Watson and 1 by Ponting. 5 remaining. And since Gilchrist has to hit maximum number of sixes, there is only one thing that we can do: make the number of sixes for Gilchrist as 4 and 1 for Hayden, because we have to give 1 6 to Hayden because everybody hits at least 1 6 except Simons. Okay, so we know the total number of sixes hit by Gilchrist. We can actually talk about Gilchrist's table. So we'll talk about the balls and the runs. He has faced a total of 104 balls and made a total of 148 runs, 13 fours, which made a total of 52 runs. Then we have 4 sixes, which make 24 runs. So out of 148, 76 runs are made by fours and sixes. So the remaining 72 is to be divided in the ratio 1:5, which means 12 and 60, which means that 12 balls were spent on singles, which made 12 runs, and to make 60 runs by doubles he needs 30 balls. And we can find the number of dot balls now, because the total number of balls has to become 104. So 13 and 4 17, 29, 59, so which tells me that 45 dot balls must be there. Okay, so this way we make 148 runs and 104 balls, wherein 45 balls were dot balls. Okay, so we are done with the first question. Second question: what is the minimum number of balls faced by Clark? So this is a question of minimization. Clark is the only person whose number of balls was not mentioned. Let us figure out. We want him to face minimum balls. Clark makes 81 runs and balls we do not know. Okay, let us figure out. So these 81 runs are made with the help of 11 fours, so which makes 44, and 11 balls are faced. 3 sixes, 18 runs. So 44 and 18 makes 62. We are left with 19 runs. Okay, and we are left with only two kinds of running, singles and doubles. So if we want the balls to be minimum, we would want the doubles to be maximum. But we have to give at least one single, and the number is odd, so we'll give one single. So 19 runs were remaining. The remaining 18 runs would be made by doubles. So that means one ball faced with singles and 9 balls with doubles. And let us take 0 dot ball, and with which we get the total number of minimum number of balls faced by Clark as 24. So second option, 24, becomes the answer to the question. Question 3. The number of runs taken by Simons in singles is greater than that in doubles. Then he can score a maximum of, so we have to maximize the number of runs taken by Simons with a condition that singles taken by Simons must be greater than the doubles. Not the number of singles, but the number of runs made by single. Okay, so we have to maximize runs and the balls are fixed. Simons faced. We are talking about Andrew Simons in this question. So we first write the number of balls, which is fixed. 21 balls were faced by Simons, and we surely know that he hit 2 fours. That makes 8 runs. 2 fours he has hit for sure, and 6 is 0, so we are not going to talk about it. No sixes. So now only singles and doubles. We have the information that he faced 6 dot balls, which added 0 runs. So 8 balls we have talked about 13 balls remaining. 13 balls, in what way should you divide 13 balls into singles and doubles so that the number of runs made by singles is more than the number of runs made by doubles? Okay, so if you divide 13 in the ratio 2 is to 1, okay, then 13 is not divisible in the ratio 2 is to 1. But if you divide 12 in the ratio 2 is to 1, you get 8 and 4. So I'm going to give 9 balls to singles and 4 balls to doubles, and this way we have 9 runs and 8 runs, and the job is just done. This is the best we could do to maximize runs because we wanted more doubles, but we had a condition, so which makes it 25 runs. So 25 runs is the maximum for Andrew Simons that we could do under this condition. Otherwise we could have made more doubles than singles, then his runs could have been improved. But under this particular present condition, 25 is the maximum score that Simons could make. Question 4. Assume if only the given players scored during the match, then what is the minimum score for the team? So we know everybody else's score except for Simons, and just in the previous question we saw that Simons, if we could just minimize the number of runs, and here we do not have that condition given in the third question, so we only have to minimize the score of Simons. So again, with the balls faced, I would take 6 dots and 2 fours, so that's 8 balls done, and he had faced a total of 21 balls. So in the 13 balls, I'll give 12 singles and 1 double, and hence कुछ runs उसके और कम हो जाएंगे. So 6 dots add to 0, and then 8 runs here, 12 runs here, and 2 runs here. So in this way he makes a 22 runs only. So if we enter Simon's score of 22 in the scorecard, we get a total of 341. So fourth option becomes the answer. And for the last question now, what was the maximum possible net run rate of the team? For the maximum possible net run rate of the team, we need to be clear about two things. One, we have to make maximum runs for Simons and minimum balls faced by Clark. So in the first question, we already found the minimum number of balls faced by Clark. So for the run rate to be maximum, the denominator, that is the number of balls, has to be minimum, and the numerator, that is the number of runs, has to be maximum. And we again have to talk only about Simons, and this time we have got to maximize his score. So again, I talk about the 21 balls faced by him and 6 dots and 2 fours, that makes 8 runs. And about the remaining 13 balls, I'll give him 12 doubles and 1 single. So 12 doubles make 24 runs and 1 single makes 1 run, of course. That makes the total score of Simons, and that is the maximum possible, as 33. So if we add this, we get the maximum possible score of 352 in 251 balls. So run rate is like the total number of runs divided by total number of overs. We have total number of balls. So what we'll do is we'll find the run rate as total number of runs divided by total number of balls multiplied by 6, because we were supposed to divide by number of overs. Okay, so this is going to be the net run rate, let's call it NRR, and if you calculate it, it will come out to be roughly 8.4. So another set of minimization maximization taking the story of cricket in it. That would be it from my side. I hope you liked the set and the way of solving. Thank you so much for watching. If you do like us, then please do subscribe to our channel, and to do that you only have to click on the link which is showing in the center of your screen right now. So this is Mayank Raj Singh signing off. Thank you so very much. Take care, and I'll see you again.